Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California. I am working on my big dog kennel now. This is the 2 dog kennels put together. So it wasn't just 8 feet long or 16 feet long, but by having the extra panels, this one is 20 feet long, 6 foot tall, 4 foot wide. It works fantastic. But what I was doing was I was wasting a lot of space. So I ended up reorganizing the inside. No more chairs. You don't want to put chairs in there unless you really cannot bend, because you're using the walls as vertical gardening. You paid for it, you might as well use it. Let me tell you something really quick. I have noticed on Craigslist or Facebook or different places next door, a lot of people either sell these really cheap or give them away because they want them out of their yard. The dog's not locked up in it anymore. They don't want it. Keep an eye out. Now, we did buy one from Home Depot and then a couple from Walmart. So either place, there's different brands. They're all pretty good. They're all steel and it's going to do what you need it to do. This one's covered in 1/4-inch wire. But the problem here was space. I wasn't utilizing it to its full potential, and I still want a walkway. Am I going to make this one bigger? I talked about it and I'm not 100% sure. Now that I expanded the footprint on it big time, I may not. I may leave it just the way it is and maybe have a separate one. I'm going to plant probably cucumbers in here. We'll see as we go. The reason is cucumbers will go up. Maybe I'll do some unique squash in here. Anything that goes up, because I want to use the vertical space. This is great. If it gets too bushy, I can't walk through. On the end though, you know I've got the zucchini, and that's fine. I haven't even done the second tote down there. Now those totes are much bigger. These are 18 gallons, and the ones on the other end, I think they're 30. But you can go as big as you want. This is just a game changer here. So let me show you. I've got here 5 extra totes, and we can step in for a minute. I mean, I grew a lot last year, but this year I'm going to grow a whole lot more. See, this is a smaller container. I got this at Dollar Tree, and they used to be $5. I think they went up to $7. They're only 10 gallons. It's fine, but look at the wasted space. I have it on a chair, and then I've got just this. Here's a purple tote. Way too much going on in there, but things will change as I get going. Last year's peppers are making a comeback, but reorganized better now. Like that, I should be able to get at least 3 here, if not 4. So that could be really good. And then you've got all this wool. Now, not only, let's walk over here, do you have the wool back here, but you can trail a lot of stuff up. Now, the other thing is I'm growing on the outside here different zucchini and squash. I don't want to grow too much that's going to entice critters to come in. So I don't know what else I want to put in here. Though this is wired, I'm okay. I should have said it's the other dog kennel with the tomatoes back there. That's the whole idea. That one is, don't give them something to want to come into. I'm going to have all kinds of other stuff growing around there. But because that one's not covered, if I plant things that they like, they'll go in. They're not going to just come in there for tomatoes, but don't worry. I don't trust them, because at some point they may, and I will be covering that up, but much, much differently and cheaper. Probably the whole thing to cover that, maybe $10, if that. 15 tops. I don't even know if it'll cost me that much. This one to cover this does cost over $100 because it's 1/4-inch wire and it's expensive. But the point is, I'm still trying to figure out what I want. So going up, I'm not going to put I could put strawberries in here, but I'm not planning on it. I'm going to do right now cucumbers and squash. I'm not sure what type yet. I think, oh, talk about not enticing animals. I think I'm going to do Korean melon in here too, and watermelon. So I'm going to finish setting up that. This is going. The chair can go somewhere else. That tote will probably go unless I have a spot I can stick it. A lot of this will be reorganized. And of course, layering. You know, I got these last year. They were half off. And they came back, they grew a few eggplant, but they really aren't doing good. I really should yank them out and get something good in there. If I yank them out and put all fresh leaves and different things in there, this tomato would even grow better than it is. This is a volunteer, something that just came up, and I will tell you, the tomatoes are beautiful. So I really don't want to lose this plant, and I could do a cutting off of it. I've got so many tomatoes. But there's a lot of different things I can do. So anyways, going back to vertical gardening, we want to utilize our space and we want to utilize the walls. So here, cucumbers, you know how they go. They will go all over, up and down and everywhere. And in the meantime, I can layer. So I'm going to go ahead and put a cucumber in there. And this is that poor plant I got at the nursery. She gave it to me for half price. And look how nice it's doing. I just transplanted this one. And look, it's going to try to grow tomatoes. So it's doing really, really well. And it's going to stay there for this year. And then here will be probably all, well, let's see. I'm thinking all cucumbers, but I could do something else too. So right now, the big thing is I have just been working out here for over an hour and working all over the garden, and I wanted to get this done. I was really determined. This one was set up just like I set up everything. There were sticks and twigs I had found on the ground, raked up stuff on the ground, threw it in there. A whole bucket of rotting kitchen scraps went in there, leaves, anything. You know, I forgot to put toilet paper rolls. I do have some. It doesn't matter. Every tote might be a little different because it's whatever I've got. And that's the beauty of making your own soil. I really need to show you this, and I don't have any gloves. I don't even know what happened to my shovel. Okay, I'll use this one right now. I'm going to get into this. This is milkweed I just threw in there. Hold on. This is not, look at this. This is kitchen scraps. And all I did in there was throw a whole bucket of kitchen scraps here. What's underneath? Little critters. And there is holes in here. A little bit of soil just from the ground here on top. It's all broken down already. Just did this 2 weeks ago. I can now use this in here. It's the easiest thing to do is make your own soil. Nature does it 24 hours a day. If nature does it for free, we most certainly can. The last thing, let me step out, I want to do is spray. Oh, this is bird food. I'm going to bundle this up when I get to this tote, and I'm going to hang it in the bird garden. I don't want to spray. We have so many creatures here and hummingbirds flying around. The last thing I want to do is use any spray. Even the organic, non-toxic sprays are not good for our wildlife. Keep that in mind. You know what? And if you don't believe me, I'll tell you what to do. Go look at how they're gardening in England. They don't use anything. They don't want to use sprays. Some people do, but they're promoting wildlife. Bring in the good, beneficial insects, and they will disintegrate the ones that you don't want, the pests that we don't want, the birds that are all over here. They will come in if you are not completely covered, and they will take care of your insects. We don't get any hornworms all summer until the orioles leave. When the big insect eaters leave and they go and they're heading to Mexico, South America, that's when we have hornworms. But otherwise, they're doing their job. So we work with nature. We absolutely love it. These birds are not our enemy. There are good things. There are workers for us. Now in here, being completely covered, I do have to hand pollinate certain things. Remember, tomatoes, you don't need to. It's wind pollinated. Peppers are wind pollinated. I've grown peppers right on my windowsill all winter. So certain things I'll have to hand pollinate and keep an eye on. If I got too many little tiny bugs, well, there's a lot of different things I can do. If my lettuce is growing and it's growing little tiny bugs, throw it out here. Sit it on the ground. The spice finches will come to it, or especially goldfinches. They love the insects. They'll find this in a minute, and they'll be on top of the lettuce seeds eating all the bugs. Not just the seeds, the bugs, even the bush tits. So you can work with nature. Now, of course, if it means a garden or no garden and you have to spray, then you do what you need to do. But for us, we don't spray. You know what we spray with? A hose. We wash the insects off with water. 90% of them cannot get back on. They're not that good. So anyways, you'll see more as this is going. I'm going to run and get breakfast. I've been working here and I'm so excited. I just kind of, you know what happened? When I started putting this one together, because Gary didn't want it, this is my tomato garden, as a lot of you are calling it now, the salsa garden, which is really cute because I do have peppers and that's what I'm going to concentrate on in here. I looked at this and I thought, what am I doing? Look at all the footage I got by lining up the totes that way. And now I can just stake my tomatoes up against the wall. I won't need anything, just some yarn, and tie the tomatoes up. And I looked at all the totes in there and thought, hold on. Got 6 totes in this, and I only had like 3 in here with flower pots, a grow bag, or like, hold on, 1 grow bag in there. And then I've got some flower pots. I thought, I'm wasting space. Look how many I can get in there. And I could get 10 totes in there and flower pots. There's a lot I can get in there. And I thought, nope, it's time to tear this apart and redo it. So that's what I did today. Now I'm going to go get breakfast. You will watch this change. And if all goes well, you never know, I should be able to get a lot of fruit out of here. And I am thinking getting my Korean melons started pretty soon. They need warmer weather, and it's just too cool right now, even for watermelon. But we're going to get them out here and see what grows. And if something doesn't grow, pull it out and change it, especially if you're layering in pots. Doesn't look good, not growing right, yank that pot out, put a new pot in there, and your plants will grow. So with that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. I'm so glad he got tomatoes this morning from there, because there's just a ton of them in there.